Today, I'd like to share with you about a gift. I'm going to read two versions of the scripture from Psalms 127 and 3. The first one I'm going to read from the King James Version. The second reading will be from the New Living Translation. King James says, 127 and 3, Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. Now, from the New Living Translation, children are a gift from the Lord. They are a reward from him. Wow, that's good, isn't it? You know, my mind goes back to when my children were younger. And one Christmas, there were little Elmo dolls that were really, really popular. And everybody wanted an Elmo. And my husband and I said, they will not be getting an Elmo. Elmo was too expensive, too hard to find. And if you found one, it was extremely expensive. So we said that year we would forego getting that particular gift. And you know what? The shortage of gifts for kids, to develop their mind, their educational development. There's a lot of gifts. But a lot of times we see the advertisement, and when we see those advertisements, we run to try to get those things because we feel that will be a gift that they'll never forget no matter how old they get. How many times have you bought a gift and maybe 2 weeks later or before the new year came in, they weren't thinking about that gift? Or sometimes you may get them a gift that they really like, especially, with the technological age, you get them those electronic gifts and they'll play with them a long time, especially if it's, the games that they have out, the video games and things of that nature. That'll make them feel like, wow, mom loves me. She got me the game that I wanted. I got it. And they're excited. But guess what? I know of a gift that you can give to the gift that's been given to you that they will never, ever forget. And it's a gift, guess what? That every child in your family, no matter what age they are, and you can have children that are all different ages. One could be a baby, one could be a toddler, one could be preschool age, school age, one could be middle school, high school, lower, upper elementary, or even in college or a young adult, right? But this gift will suit and benefit each one of those children, no matter what their age group is. And guess what? This gift is expensive. Okay, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be perfectly honest. It's very, very expensive. Okay? But I guarantee you, I promise you, it'll last a lifetime. And it'll be each one of those children's favorite. What gift can you find in the store that you can buy for all of your children, that one gift from you, and you give them all the same gift and they all like it? Can you think of one? Try to think of one for a moment. Okay. That would cost you a fortune, but would be worth paying that. Well, guess what? Okay, I'm going to finally share it with you what it is. But it's expensive now, okay? But I guarantee you, it's going to last a lifetime. And it'll be all of your children's favorite. You know what it is? It's your time. You know what? Sometimes children's greatest need is to be secure and know that they are valued. And it's no better way to say it or give it in a gift than the gift of your time. You know what? We invest hours upon hours, in our children's life, but relationship with our children is a gift that will keep on giving no matter what. My mind goes back to when my children were younger, and my husband and I, we would go in the kitchen and we would cook. And one of our children would say, "Oh, Mom and Dad, you all are cooking. Can I help?" And we look at each other and kind of smile, right? My husband and I. And we'll look at each other and nod, and as if to say, yeah, let the baby come on in and cook, So they said, "Hold on a minute. Let me go get my apron." They had an apron that their grandma had gave them, and it had Ninja Turtles on it. So they would run up to their room, get their apron, come back down, and come in the kitchen with us and help us prepare. We would give them something. But you know what? That was two things. We let them know that they were important, and we gave them time with us, even in the kitchen. And what we were doing at that moment, I call them Kodak moments. We were preparing Kodak moments. The times of your life, memories, like the corners of your mind. And guess what? Those are moments that I cannot buy in the store. But guess what? It's expensive. Because we could have said, no, this is going to slow us down. It's going to make dinner, take a little bit longer to fix dinner. But guess what? Those kind of moments are few and far and in between. And guess what? I can still get that child to this day to cook me breakfast or cook me a lunch or fix me a sandwich. So what you're doing when you give of your time, you're making an investment. And you can say, well, you know what? I don't have time to do that. Guess what? There's always those moments where you have to create quality time, and some moments are going to be spontaneous. And actually, that was a spontaneous moment because we had not planned for the child to come in and begin cooking with us. And then, there's also those moments where you get together and, you do the cookies, right? Those little moments like that, they're priceless. And guess what? Sometimes some things may be scheduled and some things you'll never schedule, but there'll be quality moments. And most quality moments are not going to be something that you put on your phone to do at 2:00. You might, but for the most part, the best quality moments are without even getting a warning. Okay? It's those circumstances that you don't anticipate. And it's those teachable moments when you teach them something that they never forget. That right there is valuable. It's invaluable. It's like when you go out in the backyard. I'm reminded I went to go visit one of my nieces, and we was outside, and my brother went out in the yard and he was playing. You know what I did? I got the camera and started filming, right? But guess what? It was moments that were invaluable. Not just in your immediate family, but even in your extended family. You say, well, I don't see my family that much. Whenever you see them, I don't see all of my family, but you know what? They probably get tired of some of the texts I sent. Yeah, I'm always sending a video or a text message about something. Maybe you can't get out in the yard. Maybe you don't have the time to slow down to let them come in the kitchen. But guess what? Just find a way to give some quality time, because it's in them that they have the most important message that they're going to get, and that they know they have your attention. Yep. And yeah, it's a gift, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap. It's not chip. It's not cheap, but it'll make them a chip off the old block. I won't trade anything for that very first time when we allowed our child to come in with us to help with that, because now they'll cook a meal. And you know what? Sometimes you have to bypass a lot of activity that you would want to do, that you personally would want to do something with your children. I didn't do everything that my children wanted me to do, but guess what? There's always room for improvement. Because you know what? If you set aside some of the things that you want to do what they need to do, you've made an investment that will pay on for years and years and years. Give those that you love the gift of your time. Yeah. Give them an unlimited supply. And sometimes an unlimited supply can be a small supply to you, but it will be immeasurable to them. And this, I'm always sharing something I read. And I remember it says something like, the tombstone read, I wish I had spent more time with my family and friends. No, you'll never see that on a tombstone, that I wished I had spent more time. But you know what? While you're living and you're breathing and you hear this message, think of a way, even if your child may be an adult now, just to spend some quality time with your children. Yeah, sometimes spending quality time with your children, one of the best ways is to help them discover God, and then to discover their God-given abilities. Yeah. And also their gifts, their graces. Yeah. And also, it's always good to take a moment just to stop, to hug your children, or sometimes just to kiss them on the forehead. All of my children are adults, but you know what I still do? I will kiss them on the forehead and I will hug them. Yeah. As we used to call them, I'll give them a Zubert. So whatever you do, give the gift of your love and give the gift of your time. Now, the title of this may not even match what I talked about, but do you understand what I'm saying? Time is invaluable. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to end this. During my time in the military, I once remember one of my drill sergeants saying this, and I've taken this with me throughout my life. It's not always the quantity, but it's the quality. Little becomes much when we place it in God's hand. Take the love and the time that you have, give it to God, ask Him to bless it, and that time will be multiplied in the life of that child, because the quality, not the quantity, will make the difference. Just knowing that you took the time that you did will make the difference in their lifetime. It'll be the gift that they'll never forget, no matter what their age, that you gave them quality time.